What up, people? It's your boy, Stealth Jet, back in the mix once again. And yeah, this is not getting boosted anymore. Sad, I know. But did you know that I do have a second channel? I sure do. Subscribe to that channel because in the near future, and also in the past as well, I upload all my streams there. And yes, I do stream this game. But in the next video, you'll know when I go live on Twitch, not YouTube, but Twitch. So be prepared for that. But for right now, though, I'm not streaming. It's midnight and I'm probably asleep. I probably am because I like my bed and sleep is fantastic. We're going to come back onto the fish processing plant known as Fisk Fabric. And somebody here obviously disconnected. Now we're loaded in. Wonderful. And we get pretty much the worst spawn on this map. And why do you ask me, Jet, how did you know this is the worst spawn? Well, if you watched any other of my videos on this map, you'll see sometimes I spawn where I'm looking at. And if I can spawn over there, then that means somebody else spawns over here. What I'm trying to tell you is there's always going to be a gunfight on this little island of the map every single time. Especially if everybody has bought good weapons. Because two people spawn in this general area. It's always the case. Now the only reason why there would not be a gunfight on this side of the map is because A, somebody ran away. B, somebody does not have a good weapon, or any weapon for that matter. Or C, they're actually trying to play the game and loot, and not draw attention to themselves by running out in the open. And it seems like there's an M249 nearby. And somebody's inside that blue house. If y'all been watching me for a very long time, you'll know that I like to relocate. I like to get the upper hand on my opponents. When I heard somebody take fall damage and another person run straight down the hill, I'm thinking to myself, there's going to be a gunfight, it's going to be loud, it's going to be drawn out, and it's going to be mad easy for me to see who's fighting who. But I need to get somewhere higher than where I hear these footsteps in order to see that. That's why I'm up here. But I didn't take into the account that the detector was across from me. I did not take that into account at all. So we know somebody's over there, but what are they gonna do? That is the real question. Only time will tell, though. Only time will tell indeed. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit on this very obvious ass lookout point, and I think the devs need to nerf this position. That's just me though. Um, and look straight down that road. Because what that person at that detector is going to do... Wait a minute. Am I getting jammed by the tower or by a jammer? And I want to say it's by a jammer. Because the tower isn't near here, I believe. But if it is here, I'm definitely overlooking it. I'm trying to think. If I were a jammer, where would I be? And you see, as soon as I back away, I don't get jammed. So maybe that was a tower. Maybe it was. Alright, so again, I'm looking down the street. And I don't see anything. That's kind of scary to me, to be honest. Because we heard two people. One person took fall damage and another one came running down the hill. And yet they're not fighting. Look, they're not. Also, hasn't the encounter been kind of quiet recently? Yeah, so you see what I'm doing right now? I'm getting closer. My headphones might be good, but they're not this good. But I'm just within range of that blue house. And that's why whenever you see me pause for a minute, it's because I'm listening. Hell, I do that in a lot of my videos, to be honest with you. So the closer I get to this yellow house, the more shaky my camera gets. And that's because if I catch anything, I want to be able to hear it. I'm going to do a sweat tactic here and stand up on top of the roof. I'm going to take y'all back to the good old days of gaming. The good old days of gaming indeed. But wait a minute. Before I do that, we just seen the barred house was unlocked. Or the safe is being unlocked, right? So, wouldn't it make sense for somebody to still be here? Or has it been too late for me to intervene? Well, the window, or the doorway rather, on the other side of the house is open. Makes sense. There's only one way in, conventionally. But I'm not convinced that this house is empty. So I'm going to spend a fair amount of time just prodding this house, stalking this house, and seeing if anything is moving in there. And you see, I even look underneath the damn house and I don't see anything. Okay. How about this adjacent house? Because, it is pretty obvious. And are there any windows open here? No. That nail box. Oh, wait. That window is open. But that nail box is, still unlooted. So, you mean to tell me somebody jumped through this window and skipped that nail box and kept running? Yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that indeed. Again, I'm checking these houses. The barred house and this adjacent house. And it doesn't seem like anybody's here. Alright, so back to my original point. Y'all remember the original Call of Duty? Call of Duty Finest Hour that came out on PS2 and Xbox? Okay, so let me see if I can remember this. That mission after the Africa Desert Storm mission, where you're playing as the British and your name was Carlisle, I believe, and you descended into a tunnel on that mission, right? At the end of the mission. So then you started playing as an American in the heart of Germany, and you spawned behind two Shermans, and you got like 18 or so NPCs behind you, and the sergeant is like, stay behind the tanks for cover. And if you got from behind the tanks, you got shredded to pieces. What did you do on that mission? What was the entire point of that mission? You went in the houses, you cleared out Germans, you got behind the tanks, and you kept going. It's almost like I'm doing the same shit here, except I have no cover. On this game, what do you have to do? Clear out houses. Because you know for a fact that somebody just might be in the corner of a house, and it's your job to go in there and flush them out. And yes, I did miss the radiation grenade, but we're not going to talk about that. Yeah. It's crazy how old games can teach you shit that you can use in new games. It's mad crazy. I'm gonna use this detector though, and I'm going to find a whole total of exactly 2 people left. One of them might be a transmitter, but one of them may not be a transmitter. We'll never know. That was a whole risk I took just now. I should have left that safe alone, but you see how much health I got. I barely escaped. I barely did. But hey, barely escaped still has the word escaped in it. So, it still counts. And I'm happy with this result. Even though I had to actually look for somebody, because the pieces weren't adding up about how I heard 2 people, but yet nothing happened afterwards. That shit was giving me a headache, so I really had to go over there and see what's up. But in any case, I hope you have enjoyed this one. Maybe you learned a thing or two. And I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Until next time, peace.